Molly, can you do your intro, please?
Hi there, everybody. Me, Jama Molly. Welcome to our second episode, or in some parts of the country, our third episode of the Enlightened Bitch Club. My name is Molly, again, and here are my special friends with whom I'm doing the third episode of the Enlightened Bitch Club. Could you introduce information about just who the heck you are?
My name is Jacob, and I'm the type of guy who pronounces it Yamo, not Jamo.
My name's Chloe, and I'm in a manic episode right now.
Okay, very cool, guys. I'll do the opening remark thing this time. I didn't do that.
Yeah, there wasn't really an opening remark during the Lost episode. It was just sort of it's right in with the bolts, as they say in the podcast.
And it was good. It was a learning experience. If you ever see the Lost episode, you're at home. It's good. But an opening remark. So I was outside the other day, as one tends to be, and I saw this group of kids outside, and I said, "Hey kids, what are you doing over there?" And they ran away. And I walked to my destination after seeing these children, and I thought to myself, "Oh, what's that? A flock of kids?"
I feel like I've heard that before. My grandfather used to tell a flock of kids joke.
You could say that the flock of kids, they ran so far away.
You know, whatever happened, like, look, like Yo Mama jokes had a resurgence, and like, that's what she said, but whatever happened to the old flock of kids jokes of yesteryear?
I haven't heard a genuine Yo Mama joke since like even then, I think it was already out of fashion.
I actually,
what was it like in your guys' part
sorry
of the
for
state?
interrupting.
Go ahead.
I actually heard one last year when I was traveling the country and selling security systems, and it was good. It's the best one I've heard so far. May I present it to you, Bo?
What do you think, Chloe? I'm down to hear it.
I have something to say after you're done. But yeah. I'm sorry, my
no,
head
it's
is literally
okay. It's okay.
racing
Look,
right now.
honestly, can we be honest with each other here? We're all friends, right? So let's do a little honesty. I'll hold the talking pillow for right now, and then I'm going to throw it to you, Chloe. But honestly, what you just said was better than the Yo Mama joke. So let's just move on to that. And here's the pillow.
Thank you. I want to ask if you guys were
Koresh?
No, I want to ask if you guys were talented in comedy as a child, because one of my friends when I was a kid once told me that my life should be a reality TV show because I was just that interesting as a child. I was wondering if you guys have ever been told something like that before, as a fellow interesting people who are my friends.
Jacob, do you want to take this one first, or should
I'll take this one first, but before I do that, I have a follow-up question for you, Chloe, regarding this prompt. In retrospect, as you are now older and have experienced more things, would you agree that your younger life was that just a crock of shit?
Well, considering that the friend that told me this wasn't a religious cult and couldn't watch TV, I don't know if her view of reality was the same as one of us growing up.
Right. In her reality, the devil put dinosaur bones in the ground.
Yeah, one could say.
The question again was I funny as a child?
Talented in comedy as a child.
Was I talented in comedy as a child? I mean, you know, if you're around like adults who are decent enough with children, they'll laugh at whatever you do just to make you feel good.
Like around other children is what I'm trying to get to. Like I was like the funny kid as a child. Like I was the funny person in my friend group.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I guess I didn't try and actively start being funny until like middle school. Caring about my education, and it's like, look, if I'm not going to get an education, I might as well, you know, try and make sure to impede all theirs as well. So I'll just sit over here and crack jokes.
So what quantifies childhood here? Like what age are we talking? Because
babyhood
like,
to 18.
To 18? Okay.
Yeah, I guess
wait,
before you
no.
could legally vote.
How about 0 to 12? I think that's a better.
What
So
grade
before
is
like
that?
adolescence, like teenage.
It's like grade 6 or 7, I think.
I started being funny in about like 6th or 7th grade. Before that, I was just terribly awkward and I had no idea what was funny. The only thing I knew was funny was like the sort of British comedies that my father watched with me. So my sense of humor was already not really for other things I had seen. Like I was allowed to watch, in hindsight, shows that I should not have seen. Like I think I started watching like Seinfeld when I was in 1st grade, which you don't realize is sometimes a raunchy show, but I got in trouble for saying that another child smelled like a used hooker. Apparently you don't say that in 1st grade, believe it or not.
Whoopsie.
Oops, all whores. Yeah, when I like learned how to be funny, and that's when I got access to the internet, because my parents didn't want me on the internet at first. And once I started watching like YouTube and shit like that, and like I started finding, you know, people on this continent that I thought were funny, then it was all up from there. And I just started kind of improvising off of that. I learned from people like Little B, Tyler the Creator. So once I learned how to be funny, yeah, I was the funny person. I ended up being part of a comedy group and stand-up performances. That was more after 12 though. So yeah, I eventually.
You were a late bloomer.
I remember putting down the sippy cup and then doing 45 minutes at Carnegie. God, that was tough. I like the idea, Molly. I like the idea that your parents are like, well, I would let you on the internet, but did Seinfeld cover the internet yet?
I would let you on the internet. But to The Sopranos, because I like the symbolism in it. Not a joke, a real thing that happened.
Molly, I can relate to like not growing up with internet because I had dial-ups until I was in middle school, and then from then on until I was like 16, I had like metered internet connections, so I had like very limited access to the internet. Like I still grew up on the internet, but like not in the same way that other people did. So there's like this weird like disconnection from some people my age because of that, because they'll be like reference. I didn't really have internet until I was like 16. I just read a lot of books.
What ended up happening to me is I feel like there's 2 edges to that dimension. There's the edge where you don't know anything on the internet at all, and then you're kind of locked out of that. But now I'm at the point where almost all of my humor is obscure internet content. So I've kind of been pushed to the other side where now people don't get anything that I say, but it's all because of shit from the internet and not from British comedies that they haven't seen.
Are you referring to you sit in the corner of the gymnasium and rock to yourself and just yell PogChamp at people walking by, or they make like angry faces at you and you're just like Monka S, please.
I'm just sitting in the corner of the gymnasium, and some like kid comes and like calls me a faggot and like starts beating me up, and I was like, yeah, okay, Gabe Newell, yeah, another left uppercut, please.
Yeah. Lamau.
But
Raffle.
Raffle Lamau, champ. Let's see it.
Yeah, and if you keep beating me like this, I might have to get a little RAR XD on you.
I'm gonna report you to a DeviantArt mod. Here's my Sonic recolor.
Yeah, here's my Zelda RP.
I love Zelda.
Now that's a fucking deep cut for me and Molly alone.
Let's talk a bit about that.
Oh, we don't have to talk about that. I do have a good point though that I wanted to bring up, if I may, because this is something I'm genuinely curious about. Not to necessarily say that I was subjected to the internet my entire life, but I mean, we did have internet in our schools. In our county, was like pretty up there on like the cutting edge of new technology. Like they gave every classroom a smart board when those things came out and shit. Like it was pretty cool.
Elementary school?
Like end of elementary school, beginning of middle school. Yeah.
Same for me.
Yeah.
It was cool.
We had that too.
But I wondered, do you going so long without regular internet access? Because they say the internet is a very corrupting tool and a very corruptive place, depending on what you use it for. Obviously, you can use the internet for great things, but do you find
like
that
podcast?
Right. You can tune into this. We're at this rate, we're recording one a day, so or well, two a day, I guess, 1.5 a day. I don't know the math there, the average, but. Do you find that made you any more so or less so like fucked up?
I don't know, cause like when I was in like 4th or 5th grade, I still saw 2 girls, 1 cup. It's not like my entire. I had internet access. Just I don't get the same references as everyone. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
I like the idea of you having dial-up internet and waiting 17 hours. Like, ooh, I can't wait for the hype. I can't wait to see what this is all about. Just, Chloe, shit, maybe it would have been worth the wait for you. I don't know. How did you tell us about young Chloe observing 2 girls, 1 cup for the first time?
I don't know why this was my reaction, but I held my mouth open for a good 20 minutes and I didn't close it. I think I was just I'd never seen anything like that before, and I was a little bit shocked, a little bit shocking.
I remember my first reaction to 2 girls, 1 cup. I don't think it was the first piece of pornography I saw. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
Me.
I had already.
It was for me.
Yeah, but I remember for like the first 6 seconds or so, I was like, okay, not bad. And then the surprise, the climax of 2 girls, 1 cup of cup immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until years later that I sat through the entire thing and then didn't have a reaction. So I was 0 to 100 with it. I could watch I found the whole source video nowadays, and I could sit through it stone-faced. I'm not like turned on or anything, but I'm not
Would you do that for fun?
Oh, what the fuck? What?
Would you do it for fun?
Yeah. I think someone brought it up as like, oh yeah, would you unironically watch 2 girls, 1 cup? Because I think Boku no Pico was mentioned as well, which that cringe thing for me, but it takes a lot of mental gymnastics.
It has like the same vibes as that kind of activity has the same vibes as like art/watch people die.
Did you say
that's essentially?
Did you say Pono ni Koi?
Boku no Pico.
What is that?
Is that an anime or something?
Boku no Pico is it's a yaoi. So boys love hentai, and the issue with it is that the boys are like the first episode's really weird because it's drawn to look as if it's a grown man having sex with like a 12-year-old boy. Canonically, that's not the case, but it's Japan. So it's got this really weird edge to it that really like gets a visceral reaction out of people.
Well, it was marketed to the French.
And the French have enjoyed it. In fact, Michel Foucault wrote about it in to Boku or not to Pico.
Yes, as did Robespierre in whatever he wrote.
Yeah, I believe it was Diderot who said this Pico is quite of the essence of Boku, and I'm with it.
I haven't had a good pico de gallo in a minute.
That's not as common of a food up here.
I don't eat it exotic. I did what the 5 foods I like are, so I rarely try to expand.
Yeah, lightning round, all of them right now.
Okay, I like white meat, specifically breaded. I like pizza that typically has some kind of cheese on it. I'm very picky about meat on it, but vegetables,
well, it's not
only
pizza,
green bell peppers.
Cheeseless.
No, it still is.
No.
Pretty much, yeah. White meat's very good. Prime rib, I'll always take prime rib. Chinese food, only General Tso's chicken.
So a lot of
Doesn't
chicken.
that count as number
it's
one?
Just a lot of. Do you like
that
chicken?
That counts as number one, breaded chicken.
Chicken, preferably breaded. And then chicken tenders. And then General Tso's chicken.
What I'm trying to say is that if I have to have meat in my mouth, it's only white. You know, I don't interact with other colors.
Well, mom said,
Mom said keep it with the kind. Now here's some Asian cuisine.
Yes. Now here's some General Tso's chicken, you Slovenian fuck.
I don't like boning. I don't like boning wings. I only like boneless wings.
You like chicken nuggets.
Bone makes me mad.
Yeah, pretty much. I hate bone-in wings. I've had like them one time ever and liked it, but it was because my friend made them. They were really good. The taste is despicable.
I simply turn my head whenever a dark piece of meat is placed before me. I say,
That's a despicable chicken thigh right there.
This despicable dark meat.
There's an S in there, fucking Donald Duck.
You know what? I'll kick you off.
Hey, look, let's be honest.
This podcast.
There could definitely be a worse Donald I could have called you. Hey, relevant humor. Talking about Donald Glover, of course. Lock that fucker up.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. He's a cool guy. I'm a fan of Donald Glover.
We're actually getting Donald Glover on the podcast.
Yeah, in the form of Jordy. That's one for the intercontinental audience.
Yeah.
That's one for the secret audience.
The secret Patreon club.
Jordy, you're a real one.
Yeah, if you've seen the episode with Jordy, you were literally given a link.
Shout out to this dated reference 17 years from now, when during one of our midlife crises, we just look back on this. Shout out to this Jordy reference and this private unseen video link reference.
What is it, Chloe?
One day when we're both therapists, we just show our clients.
You may think your life is bad. Let me show you episode 1.5 of Enlightened Bitch Club.
And how is that, now that you've seen this, how is it treating your eczema?
I'm going to give you a Rorschach test in the form of watching 3 autistic dumbasses talk about the internet for 5 minutes. What do you think?
I'm a fan of the internet. They're an all right band.
I think they're very good as a band.
Yeah.
Very good.
They have a nice sound.
I think in terms, what would you call them? Would you call them like jazz fusion? I wouldn't say
Yeah, like
no.
a jazz fusion, almost a neo soul-y.
R&B a little bit.
R&B, jazz fusion.
Out
Yeah. Maybe like a little
of the
psychedelic
group,
soul.
yeah. Out of that subgroup, I like them. I think Black Moth Super Rainbow can be a bit of fun.
Sorry, man. Got nothing for that.
No appreciation for Black Moth Super Rainbow.
No, it honestly sounded like you picked words from a hat and then read that to me and said, yeah, I'm a fan of this because I know you like the obscure.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of these 4 words from a hat.
That's a real band. Earl Sweatshirt stands. He approves of Black Moth Super Rainbow. So does the lead person in the internet.
Okay. Well, I respect both of their musical opinions. So I'll have to check them
your
out.
father, who is
I respect
also
your
be
musical opinion as well, except for when it was the entirety of 05 Fuck 'em in one sitting, and I wanted to kill myself. I also like how you said are rappers. Like,
oh yeah.
No, my vape isn't working.
It's funny, but it's totally your id, you know.
Shit, the vape's not working. Can we even continue the episode without the vape working?
I don't know.
You know what? What are your opinions on nicotine?
Every episode, we're going to start to ask that question and then completely go to a different question.
I like the idea of sneaking the word plus.
I like the idea. I like the concept. If we put it on the back of the DVD or in the bonus extras, secret placenta.
Back of a DVD, season 1. Oh, okay. Best of that's right. Enlightened Bitch Club, best of Chris Farley. Yeah.
Best of Chris Farley. It's you fucking caking your face in cocaine and running around your house.
It's me. Yeah, I do a New York fucking clogger and pass out right there.
That'd be great. That's episode 5. Little
New York clogger.
Super sneaky preview for those of you
Goddamn,
at home that are wondering.
Hey man, the Patreon money would have to be great. Oh my god.
We're doing that bit again?
I think that my charger was broken. I put on a new charger, now it's charging.
Your vape?
Yes.
Okay. For a second, I thought you were talking about your Dodge.
All is not lost.
He's been gone for a while now.
So is Sammy Penrod.
Marty's not dead.
I feel like we should definitely try it. Like someone that we could actually get on the podcast is Sammy Penrod.
Or even Benfer. Dude, do you know who was tweeting? Like, just like, hey, I got 2 hours to kill. I'll do anybody's podcast. First response.
What was that? Who?
Just guess. Just guess. Throw one out there. Throw an internet
Trisha
icon
Paytas.
Connor Lloyd Cruz.
Daniel Keene.
Really?
Kind of the Connor Lloyd Cruz of fuckers.
You know, I stand Keemstar. I'm with him. I'm with Leafy on this one. I'm pro Keemstar.
Yeah. I'm with Rice Gum on
as well,
this one.
despite the fact that they're both. Yeah, there's a whole corner. Like those 3 people who are somehow all friends, Keemstar, Leafy, and Rice Gum. I think they're all pieces of shit, but I think they're geniuses. Absolute
and iDubbbz
geniuses.
made videos about all 3 of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember when the whole internet letting his girlfriend go on OnlyFans?
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that. And remember when, like, look, I've grown up. I'm not 18 anymore. I don't stan iDubbbz like that, right?
Yeah.
Same.
But good for him. I appreciate him always sticking to his guns and being like, whatever, we're happy, leave us alone. So
I can agree with that.
Although, okay, and this isn't an internet drama thing. It's just I've been on Twitter, so I see things.
Of course.
Discord screenshots of iDubbbz's girlfriend hitting him up right before the content cop dropped.
Yep.
Wild. And nothing
Leafy
ever
gets
happened.
everywhere, man.
Yeah, Leafy's around, man. He's got.
When did he come back?
I saw his comeback. He did come back, and then he got suspended because he made like 25 videos about Pokimane, the streamer.
Yeah.
How long ago was this though? It was recently, right?
He got suspended back in God.
Was this
It was this year.
It was recent.
I was
It was
surprised. I saw all his
recent-ish.
videos. I bought
How
his
long?
clothes.
So you're
Yeah.
actually a fan of him.
I was converted. He won me over. I hated him back there in his initial run, but the second run, he was just chill. He was doing what we're doing pretty much. He would just put on CSGO footage and then just talk shit. Like he would just like randomly talk about the stock market because he's autistic and is hyper fixating on just trading stocks. It's funny. I liked what he was doing. And then he tried to do content again where he just jokingly like.
Yeah, I noticed he was going after Pokimane.
It wasn't even serious. If you watched
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
The first two videos I think he tried. And then after that, literally the other videos were just him talking about like, one video was just him promoting his shirt. The third video was like just him talking about the stock market.
Yeah, he's just
like
clickbaiting.
He wasn't even trying. Yeah, and he admitted that. He's a smart guy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Leafy.
Yeah.
Leafy's also cool. Fun fact, while I'll talk to the SJW, like a horrible person because Leafy says terrible things about trans people and communists, whatever. He has a queer artist making his clothes. Support the queer community. Buy a Leafy shirt.
Employ the queer community. Come on down to Leafy. Leafy is sweatshops.
I'm not a big fan of the word queer.
Well, that's pretty fucking gay.
I don't want to get into discourse on it, but I'm just as an LGBT member. I'll call myself.
That's fair. And I would, we'll save that we'll save it for the podcast. But
we'll keep
for the 2.5.
Queer is a Patreon only word. Okay, from here on out, if you want to hear it, you're gonna have to shill this way, son, because we're LGBT and we don't take kindly to not being paid to discriminate.
Anyone out there that thinks that queer is a slur is a turf. Next topic.
How do you feel about people who are paid to discriminate?
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to come with the queer is a slur thing, because that annoys me. If you've just had bad experiences with it and you don't want it to be used, then that's perfect. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's where I sympathize with people. Yeah. I reclaim words like, what is it? I'll describe myself as a faggot, for instance, but I don't call other people that unless I ask them in advance, like, hey, are you cool with being called a faggot, or like me being autistic, right? I've reclaimed the word retard. I don't care. I'll call myself to force any slurs they reclaim on other people. I think it's a waste of time. And I think it's just bad comedy, more importantly. That's always going to be the more convincing argument to me, because people, I think, get the wrong idea about like me and Jacob's comedy. I feel like, if it's bad comedy, it's bad comedy. But if you're laughing, I'm just saying.
Do you remember the other day when we were talking about our favorite jokes we've ever performed?
Yeah.
I just remembered mine.
Chloe, did you have anything you get?
I have a really quick question.
Yeah.
Can you guys crack your toes?
Yeah, my big toe on my right foot cracks every single time that I put my toe down and lift it back up.
I can crack all of my toes.
Patreon exclusive. If you
are you the next level of autism? It's evolving. We take back the Thunderstone. We weren't ready.
You want to do your joke now?
Do you ever notice how all girls with Down syndrome are dummy thick?
Oh, I've heard this. Yeah.
Oh, my buddy comes up to me and says, "Hey, man, you see that dummy thick girl over there?" I said, "What? Does she have Down syndrome?"
Yeah. The next Mitch Hedberg you are. I see it now.
I see you straining to laugh. It's okay to try. I see you choking back the laughter.
Oh,
You want to know
yeah.
something? Can I be honest with you?
I do.
You ready for this? That bit fucking goddamn.
At the comedy club.
Yeah, the one that heard it.
Hey, if people like it, that's the thing, right? We were talking about this earlier.
Okay, so let's talk. You hated that. I'm so proud of that.
I thought it was ridiculously bad.
I was so proud of that.
Okay.
I remember we were on a phone call once and you told me that joke. We were like coming up with like bits of, no, you were coming up with bits or something.
You laughed your ass off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
in our final 4 minutes here.
Really? It's already been that.
Well, we also talked for like 20 minutes before we recorded.
No, like less than 10 probably.
Yeah, you're right. We did start kind of quick.
Okay. What did I not like about it?
Yeah, that joke was my episode 1.5. Now hit me with some feedback, brother.
I just didn't think it was that clever. That's all. I feel like if you're first of all, I don't really care for jokes that punch down. I just don't think they're that good. I feel like, and I feel
you don't think that's punching up?
Yeah, for me, that's punching up.
I agree.
Okay, well, fine. Taking the politics out of it, I just didn't think it was that clever. Like, I feel like there are way more clever jokes you can make about people with Down syndrome. That's all.
Please, I want you to just riff one out right now, if you can. Pull one out of that taint.
About Down syndrome? I don't think much about people with Down syndrome.
Good one. But it's also this isn't a roast battle now. Come on, it's okay. You don't have to go that hard. See, at least in my joke, we interacted with the retarded. Your joke, you fucking, what does Jesus say? Turn the other cheek? That's exactly what you did. Following the words of Christ.
Turn
and avoiding the retarded.
Cheek.
See, that's more clever, though. Now you said a funny word. You said the retarded word. That's hilarious.
That Chloe's turn the other butt cheek was more clever. And
yeah,
I was going to rage quit the call.
I think that the fact that Chloe's going to do editing for this episode and spread her asshole for the final 3 minutes straight. And we're going to, that's going to be it.
Finally, something we can all enjoy. Vor.
Something we can all enjoy.
I'll put a tiny germa in it too.
Yes.
Inside of your asshole.
Screen.
The green screen of him running away, and it's a picture of the asshole zooming
Can one of us get a colonoscopy and then ask slip our doctor a 10 and be like, hey man, email me that footage?
They give you the pictures either way.
No, I'm talking about footage. Take a camera
my sleep
up there.
Study, I'll request one.
I like the idea of like audio over just a time lapse of Chloe sleeping.
We'll extract the audio.
Any audio, I don't know. Audio of episode 1.5.
That'll be the second bonus episode. It's just sped up footage of Chloe sleeping and moving around in her sleep.
Yeah, we'll Photoshop Germa in there somehow.
We'll put Germa in the corner.
Germa kissing me.
Yeah, Germa
is that oh my god. Is that what you were saying? You were like, I'm trying to move to Las Vegas and everything. And now all the
didn't he just recently break up with his girlfriend?
Paid actor.
Yeah, Kim. Yeah,
Kim.
they did
paid
separate.
Actor,
I was a little
paid actor
that.
Kim. Yeah, I know. I like that guy, man. He's so fucking
Jeremy
cool.
Albertson deserves better.
Let's get him on the show. Holy shit.
That'd be awesome.
If we could get Jerma.
If only.
I would genuinely enjoy. I would want to genuinely try for that. I would genuinely.
We would need to get the Zoom VIP for that one.
We have less than a minute left. We have less than a minute left.
Listen,
Jacob has to do closing remarks.
Yes, I'll do some closing remarks. We talked a lot today. We talked about Christ and the retarded. We talked about the word queer. We talked about the lost episode. But more importantly, I think we had a genuine conversation. And I think that's a step in the right direction. So keep listening for more steps in the right direction with the Enlightened.
Keep listening for us slowly figuring out how to do a proper podcast.
And also listen for the word placenta. We're trying to sneak it in every episode now, so keep your eye out. Okay, timestamp of the word placenta in this episode.
Gift card.